Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by forest and old traditions, lived a young girl named Bimpe. She was kind-hearted and quiet, but her life was far from easy. Bimpe lost her mother just days after she was born, and her father, Ade, eventually remarried a woman named Tope. From birth, Bimpe carried a unique birthmark on her face, a mark identical to that of her late grandmother, who was believed to have been a mysterious and powerful figure. In this village, any child thought to be a reincarnation was considered cursed, and so Bimpe grew up in isolation, rejected and feared by the very people who should have embraced her. Her stepmother, Tope, and stepsister Bolu treated her cruelly, always looking for ways to make her life harder. But her father, Ade, loved her deeply. He protected her the best he could, even warning Tope never to mistreat his daughter. One day, while her father was away, Tope returned from the market and caught Bimpe eating from Bolu's plate. Furious, Tope screamed at her, dumped the plate of food on her head, and stormed off. For days after, Bimpe was starved. Yet, despite her hunger, Tope forced her to fetch water from the stream. Weak and aching from hunger, Bimpe dragged herself to the stream. As she wept, a sweet aroma drifted through the air. Someone, somewhere nearby, was cooking a delicious meal. Drawn by the scent, Bimpe followed it into the forest until she stumbled upon a strange old hut. Nervously, she began to sing and plead for food. A gentle voice invited her inside. There, she found an old woman beside a pot of steaming soup. Without hesitation, the woman offered her a bowl. Bimpe devoured it with gratitude. After eating, the old woman thanked Bimpe for accepting her food and even gave her more to take home. On her way back to the village, Bimpe saw a poor beggar resting under a palm tree. Despite her own hunger, she handed the food to the beggar with a smile. She needs it more than I do, she thought. The beggar's eyes filled with tears. Bimpe walked home feeling peaceful and fulfilled. Days passed, but Bimpe couldn't stop thinking about the old woman. She returned to the forest, but the hut was gone. Confused and concerned, she ran to the palm tree, but the beggar had vanished too. Ifai too. That night, Bimpe dreamed of the old woman. In a calm voice, the woman revealed that she was a spirit of the forest sent to test the compassion of the villagers. You passed, she said. Your kindness will be rewarded. A great destiny awaits you. The next day, Bimpe told her father everything, but unbeknownst to her, her jealous stepmother Tope had overheard. That same afternoon, Tope sent Bimpe to the farm, hoping never to see her again. On the way, Bimpe met a lost girl in the bush. The girl was from a nearby village, so Bimpe kindly guided her home. On her return, she crossed paths with the prince of that village. To her surprise, he called her by name. Bimpe, confused and startled, ran back to her village. But when she reached the farm, a horrifying scene awaited her. A crowd had gathered. In the middle, her stepsister Bolu lay lifeless in a pool of blood. People whispered, pointing at a group of young men. They confessed Tope had hired them to kill Bimpe, but they mistook Bolu for her. When Tope learned of her daughter's death, she went mad with grief. News of the tragedy spread quickly. The prince soon arrived, asking for Bimpe's hand in marriage. The villagers were stunned. The prince revealed a secret. He had been sick for years, a mysterious illness no healer could cure. But one night, he had dreamed of Bimpe. In the dream, he touched her birthmark and awoke healed. From that day, he had been searching for her. Fate brought them together again. He told the villagers, "This girl is not cursed. She is a blessing. I will take her to my palace where she will be cherished." Though hesitant at first, Bimpe agreed. She married the prince and her life changed forever. From the girl they called Corset, she rose to become a beloved queen. Moral of the story: kindness and compassion, even in the face of cruelty and rejection, can open doors to miracles. Never dig a pit for others. because you might be the one to fall it. And always live in peace with others. What you give comes back to you. I hope you enjoyed the story. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. It helps us grow our channel. I'll see you in our next story. Bye.